So you've started your fat loss phase and you've decided that you're going to have a look at all the information and you're going to skip breakfast before you go to the gym, because fasted training and saving these calories is going to help you lose more fat, burn more calories and get you to where you want to be quicker. Now that's not necessarily right. And in this video, I want to break it down because to an extent, I get the reasoning behind it. You're saving calories in the morning, so you're going to the gym, you're working on an empty stomach, so you feel like you're going to burn more fat. And it just isn't the case. And look, I absolutely get it, because in your head, you feel like you're going to save on these calories because you're not going to eat before you go to the gym, which means you're going to eat fewer calories throughout the day. That's not entirely true. And I've seen it with over 200 people that I've coached now. And I'm going to break it down in this video. Exactly what you should be doing before you go to the gym to get in the shape that you want and lose the fat that just doesn't seem to budge. Oh, and if you're new here, my name is Marcus and I've helped over 200 people in the last couple of years get in the shape of their life, lose the stubborn belly fat that they just couldn't seem to budge, while also enjoying their life, not living in the gym and not eating out of Tupperware every single day. So if that sounds a bit like you, keep on watching this video, and if you wouldn't mind, drop me a subscribe. Now, the belief here is simple. You're skipping breakfast, so you save a few calories, you go to the gym on an empty stomach, and then you've got a few more calories for dinner later on in the day. Now, the mistake here isn't the maths that you're doing, because technically you are saving on calories in the morning. However, it's what that empty stomach is costing you in the gym and later on in the day. You see, when we look at it, you're going to the gym on an empty stomach and you're pretty hungry at the same time. So let me put it to you two ways. When do you feel like you're going to perform best in the gym? Do you feel like you're going to perform better on an empty stomach when you're hungry? Or do you feel like you're going to be able to perform closer to your best when you've got a bit of fuel inside of you? It sounds pretty logical, doesn't it? And if we take it for a car, for example, when is your car going to perform best? Do you feel like it's going to run at its best with no fuel in the tank? Or when it does have a little bit of petrol, a little bit of diesel in there to allow it to actually run? So why, in your context, do you feel like if you're on an empty stomach, you're going to be able to perform? Because you're genuinely not. You're just going to go through the session, dragging yourself through, thinking how hard it is because you are starving. And we should know by now, from my past videos, that we go to the gym to improve performance, get stronger, improve fitness. We don't train to burn fat. And if you still hold that belief, you should probably go and check out either one of my last Instagram posts or one of my last YouTube videos that explains exactly why you don't train for fat loss and why that is also slowing down your results. So now we've established that, and that we've established that we go to the gym to help our performance, to build our fitness, to get stronger. Why would you not want to go to the gym in a better state to be able to perform at that level? To be able to progress on last week's lifts, to be able to progress on last week's runs and get quicker or get stronger? Why are you putting yourself in a position where you're not really in a state to be able to do that? And you might be sat there thinking, yeah, I get that, Marcus, but that's not my point. I'm going to the gym and I'm not eating beforehand to save those calories. And I get that. I really, really do. However, if you do that, I can pretty much guarantee that you're going to go to the gym. You're not going to have your best session. So you're going to come back in a little bit of a mood. And also, you're then going to come back even hungrier than when you left. Now, you may be able to keep up these fasted sessions for a week or at a push too, but then those cravings are going to get harder and harder to ignore. You're going to be hungrier and hungrier after each session. And the further you get into a deficit, you're probably going to be cutting your calories a little bit more. So again, you're going to naturally be hungrier. So if you're going to the gym then on an empty stomach, you're trying to train, you're coming back even hungrier than where you were when you left for the gym, you're going to end up giving it those cravings on week 3, on week 4. So what I want you to start doing is actually fueling up before your sessions. And I'll be honest here, if you're going to the gym in the morning and it is the only time you can fit the gym in, I don't expect you to have a massive meal beforehand. That's not what I'm asking. I'm just asking you to get something in your stomach that's going to help you get through the session and not come back absolutely starving. Now, what I would suggest here, there's sort of two options. If you can stomach a little bit more in the mornings, I would have some bagels with a bit of jam and maybe even a banana on top of that. It's probably about 300, 350 calories, and it is going to give you the carbs that you need to go and have a really good session. Now, I get that some of you guys cannot stomach that much in the morning. Some people just say that they can't eat, which I don't understand. I can eat any time of the day, I'm not going to lie. But if that is you, have a Squares bar or even 2 that you can get in quite quickly. You can even get it on your drive to the gym, and it's going to give you some quick carbs just to get through that session. Again, I can't promise that you're not going to be hungry after the session, because you're on little calories, you're in a deficit, you will be hungry. That is the point of being in a deficit. You are going to be hungry. However, We want to put you in a state where you're not absolutely starving and you're craving everything in sight. Yes, and like I say, I do understand your point about wanting to save calories for later on in the day. However, we've now established that we don't really do that, especially in the longer term, because we end up giving in those cravings and end up cheating on our diet and eating more calories than we should be anyways. So why wouldn't we put ourselves in a position where we can perform better in the gym and actually eat beforehand as well, so we don't come back absolutely starving? Now, yes, there is some benefits of fasted training in terms of what fuel source your body's going to end up using in the future when you're doing aerobic training and stuff like that. However, right now, your biggest concern is losing this belly fat and building a physique that you want. So we want to put yourself in the best position as possible to be able to do that. And if that means eating before your session so you don't come back absolutely ravenous, then we're going to go for that. And again, this was never about just skipping breakfast and saving calories. This is about how consistent you can be with something for a long period of time. And that's what all my videos and all of my coaching is centered around. It's putting your life first. You're not somebody who doesn't have any kids, doesn't have a job, that can just train whenever they want. We need to build an actual plan that fits around your life. That comes down to the training, the nutrition, the fueling, and the lifestyle around that. Like, yes, somebody may be able to do fasted training. However, is that going to allow you to stay consistent for 6, 8, 10, 12 weeks in a deficit and see the results you want? Probably not. You're probably going to be starving. And that's everything I coach, is building it around your life first. So if this video helped you, and I hope it did, there's loads of other videos on my channel that you can go and watch that are probably going to help you get in the shape of your life. And if you also enjoyed this, there's going to be a couple of links below. One is going to be my Instagram. Go on there for daily tips on how to lose fat and get in the shape of your life. And then the one below that, if you want to know more about my one-to-one coaching and you're enjoying these videos and would like a little bit more support, then go and click that link, fill those out, and I'll be in touch to see if we'll be a good fit. If not, and if you're just here for the videos, I hope we see you in the next one, and have a good week.